So in this video, I want to talk about 5 or 6 things to do when raising your kids. I'm making this video because I believe that developmental phase is crucially important for the overall wellness of the person during the entire lifetime. So I don't have a kid, but I'm making this video based off of what I believe, what I think is important and helpful for the little kids, and my own experience being as a little child. Okay, so the first thing to do when you raise kids, take great care of the emotional needs of your kids. And I think it can apply to not only parents but teachers or any sort of caregivers. So for those of you who are dealing with little people, it's very important to acknowledge that how you react to them or how you react in general to your surroundings, your immediate surroundings when you're around with the kids can have tremendous impacts on their emotional state. And this is especially true for those who haven't fully developed their ego, because when people don't have a set personal boundary, they can be very confused. And there are multiple bodies, not only physical but emotional, mental, and spiritual bodies. And for these people, for these little kids, they tend to pick up emotions from people around them, like parents, caregivers, teachers, or siblings. So they indiscriminately just take in, and if there are negative emotional reactions, they tend to take in, and it becomes part of their emotional body, and later on it can be expressed in form of their personality. And by the way, most traumas are formed in childhood because people are vulnerable at certain ages. And these traumas are usually staying in subconsciousness and can significantly limit their true potentials. So until the kids are grown up and become courageous enough to face the trauma that were formed in childhood, these traumas are going to be staying there until it's going to be surfaced up. Yeah, so it's very important to take great care of emotional needs of their children, of your kids. And second thing to do when you raise kids, respect your kids as individual beings who need your care. In other words, your kids are not duplicated versions of yourself. People really need to let go of the expectations on their children because they are totally different beings. Although they share some common DNA patterns, it doesn't mean that they are duplicated. But a lot of people, a lot of parents impose their own opinions and belief systems onto their kids, and it can cause a lot of problems because first, your kids are different. Your kids are separate individual beings. They have their own preference, unique traits, characteristics, personality, and strengths and weaknesses and challenges. They're all different. They have their own life path and life missions. As parents or caregivers, the job is to make sure that they become healthy people on physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual levels. Then they're gonna go on their own ways and live happy. Yeah, so people need to completely let go of their expectations on their kids because they're not duplicated version of themselves, of their parents. And if that's what you want, maybe you should get a robot. So raising kids is like pretty much like letting a soul enter into this physical world and have their own physical experience. Because they have their own strengths and preference and built-in default traits, if you start imposing something onto them that is not so much compatible with their own set of skill sets or built-in qualities, it's gonna make them very confusing and also make you frustrated. And I think that is the seed of a lot of conflicts and family situations. Yeah, acknowledging that they are different beings, individuals, different souls, even if you have a lot of emotional affinity to them, is a good way to making healthy family relationship. And of course, birth charts, astrological natal charts have all this information because it's like a energetic snapshot at the time of the birth of the person. So yeah, being able to read the chart can help tremendously because it literally shows a roadmap of this soul, including soul purpose, life mission, and all different areas of life, like so many different things like career, friends, family, communication styles, work. Yeah, it's like basically a lot of things. Okay, and last thing to do when you raise kids, you need to be a better version of yourself because people tend to duplicate themselves. Especially parents often inherit their own belief systems like mental values, emotional values, not only physical like money, but a lot of emotional qualities are passed down from the earlier generations. And if there is any dysfunctional patterns, maybe you might want to be the one who cut it off unless you want to pass it down, pass the same problem down to your kids. Because it's going to be there until it gets resolved by someone else. Yeah, keeping upgrading yourself. Yeah, we update our devices like phones and laptops pretty regularly. And why not updating ourselves? We need to become better versions of human beings so we can be a role models for the next generations and they can have better start lines to build something even more incredible in their generation, and we can share it all together as well. Alright, so this is something I wanted to share in this video. Yeah, I hope you found it useful somehow. That would be great if that case. It would be awesome if some of you think it as something that can be applied to your daily routines. And I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you later. Bye!